Y'all, I have been following this story since I became aware of it. This lady is just from a county over, and if you want me to be honest, my whole mother's side of the family is based in this county, Pontotoc County. So this case right here, when I heard about it, I was like, whoa, we have got to discuss this right here. As soon as I became aware of it, thanks to a segment on the local news station, WTVA, I began to start making videos about it for my true crime channel. Hey y'all, if you haven't already, please subscribe. I thought it was so crazy that this man was in prison for killing his wife, which was the lady that's missing's sister. And then the lady that was missing had been missing for 14 years. Like the whole time he was in jail, in prison, he was uncooperative with her disappearance, saying he didn't know nothing about it. It was a lot. So if you don't know or not familiar about that case, please go through my videos and watch those videos about it. It goes into more detail and talks about the disappearance and things like that. Y'all, the lady's daughter, the lady that was missing for 14 years, her daughter even wrote David Neal Cox a letter in prison begging him to tell her the location of her mother. Well, it wasn't until after David Neal Cox was executed at Parchman that the family has finally received closure. After 14 years, David Neal Cox included in a letter that was supposed to be not opened until after he had done passed. Y'all, I don't know the ins and outs of that whole conversation and that whole story. I just know what authorities is saying. And they say it, that he wrote it in a letter and said it wasn't to be opened until after his death, after he was executed. And then those people, whoever he mailed it to, which was, I think, family members, then they was to turn it over to authorities. Now I'm over here like, well, wait a minute. He wrote the letter in prison. So could the guards or police officers or authorities not read that letter? Do they not read letters when they write out, when the inmates write out letters? Do they not read them? That's what I thought. Apparently not. I mean, I don't know. That's just what they said, y'all. I'm just going by what the authorities said, okay? We can speculate all we want, but this is what the authorities are saying, that they didn't open the letter until like a couple of weeks after he was executed, which was just a few weeks ago. This weekend, y'all, after 14 years of this lady being missing, she's finally found. I'm going to go ahead and give it to the local news station, WTVA. Shout out to them for this coverage.
A decades-old missing persons case finally solved this afternoon. An executed death row inmate led authorities to the remains of his sister-in-law, Felicia Cox. Good evening, I'm Sydney Darden. Right now, you're looking at the site where David Neal Cox told investigators where he could find his sister-in-law. Investigators said his parents owned this property on Cane Creek Road 14 years ago. They, along with Mississippi State University anthropology professors and students, dug up the front yard of what's now this home's front yard. This after Cox sent a map of the location where he buried his sister-in-law. The mother of two went missing back in 2007. Today, her family stood by watching every inch of dirt removed from the ground and finally got some closure.
I'm just thankful we found her.
I first met Amber June of 18, and she had some questions that needed answers, and it touched me, and I said I'd never give up for her. And I'm happy to say we're here today. I just hate it took so long to get here.
Yeah, that has to be an amazing feeling.
That's a little surprising.
Poe.
It's been 14 years, and of course some of the structures or none of the structures that existed at the time are here now. But we were able to use some satellite footage or satellite images from 2007 to assist us with that. He was very close in his designation of the location.
Well, I was elated that we were able to find the victim for the family to bring the family closure.